What's up, faithful? Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, and Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, January 21st. What's up, faithful?
Hey.
What's going on?
Word.
Trying to
Knocking
keep
on the door.
trying to
Knocking
keep
on the
warm.
door.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
it.
get to that, Maddie. That's probably our last intro that shows all gas, no break, because Robert Saleh has moved on to the Tennessee Titans. We will talk about that as well.
He all gassed
but-
out of town.
Yes, but first
Oh,
we
yeah.
are brought to you by Faithful Gear. Get your customized Niners gear at faithfulgear209.com, made for the faithful by the faithful. All right. Let's talk about it. This is a therapy session right now. Complete team loss, but an outstanding season in my eyes. Dina, I'm going to start with you. Talk about the game, specifically the offense.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see too much of it because I was at a 49er birthday party for someone, and we all took out our phones and watched it on the table.
Oh, wow.
But what I did see of it, I want to know where the offense was. And where was the defense? I mean, I turned around, said hi to somebody, and my friend said, Seattle just scored. I said, the game just started. He said, yeah, Seattle just scored. I'm like, well, damn. Yeah, it was disappointing. It was very disappointing. But like everybody at my job was like, be tender with Dina because the 49ers lost.
Same.
She's upset.
Same.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm still repping. I'm okay. I said, because the thing about it is, no one expected us to do what we did. No one expected us to go as far as we did. NFL keeps calling us the hospital squad. That's fine. Guess what? Hospital squad kicked ass with teams that people did not expect us to do for. And my other thing, we beat the Giants and we beat the Eagles. I'm happy.
If nothing else.
Okay. I'm happy. But yeah, it was a roller coaster year, season. And am I disappointed? Yes. Do I think that there's a chance for us to rebound? Yes. We have a lot of cleaning up to do. But I still ride with my team either way.
Yeah, I was out to lunch today, and there is a Seahawk fan in my office. And I came back, and she was looking for me, and she said that she's not going to gloat. And I said, that's fine. And then she was like, I just wanted to see, if you were okay. I said, I'm okay. And then my boss was like, I told her not to say anything to you. And I was like, that's okay. I was like, let them enjoy their fake win, against the team that was pretty much on crutches. Let them enjoy their last win of the season because they're not going to win on Sunday. So yeah, but the game, I was disappointed in the game. I thought the whole momentum obviously changed with the first play. The kickoff return, and I still had hope that we would turn it around, but it did not pan out. Maddie, your thoughts?
This was January 4th, 1987, all over again, only it was on the West Coast. Like from the opening minute, everything sucked, right?
You're talking about that game against the Giants back in the day.
Yeah, it was the same game. It was the same game. And honestly, like this whole season kind of felt like it was leading up to this. I just thought it would happen in Philadelphia because it was the East Coast and we all hate the Eagles. And that's just the absolute worst possible scenario, right? In this case, they go on the road, short week. Their opportunity was missed week 18. The only way they were getting any further is if they got that week off. got that rest, got that bye week, and got that 1 seed. Okay, that was their only path to get to what we wanted, right? Once they didn't get that, they were, as Kyle Juszczyk said, we like to do it the hard way, and man, did they decide to do it the hard way, right?
Yeah.
And special teams pops out of nowhere as a problem for the first time in forever, right? I said last week they needed to do something impactful, not negatively impactful, right? But here they are, you know what I mean? Like, just right from the opening gun. And you could just tell it wasn't their day. You just knew all the way around. Nothing was getting better. Just as soon as Christian McCaffrey got hurt, yeah, he ended up coming back or whatever. It was kind of like, okay, that's it. That's the last. There's no, that's it. So I continue to wonder why they didn't go big and spread things out. There's no innovation to overcome some of the shit that was going on. I think that was the thing that was frustrating the most, right? We know you're up against it.
Right.
We know you've got a thin roster. Maximize what you have and do the best you can with it. Instead, it was just like, well, we'll lean on Christian more. That's not what we want, right?
Right. Right.
And so far, they've thrown to Luke Farrell twice in 3 weeks.
Oh, he's terrible.
3 weeks. And each time it gets intercepted, or like he's a disaster. Like, I don't know what this curse is with the tight end room, but like, for God's sakes, let's just stop. Luke Farrell's not a thing, okay? Will Farrell, Luke Farrell, okay?
Plays like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. God almighty. But it's just, it honestly felt like this season was meant to end this way, just because you knew that they would eventually face a team that was way healthier, way more rested at the worst possible time. And it just so happened to be that stupid team in green, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. Have your win. One thing I'm going to say is this. Seahawks have beaten one team in the last 3 weeks. They've beaten them twice. They now have to face a team that's a hell of a lot more healthy this week, that is probably still thinking they should have beat them on Thursday night a few weeks ago, which started this whole nightmare, right? So there's a long way to go for them. But in terms of us, like, the Super Bowl was in Philadelphia the week before, right? Once they shot that shot, like, it was still house money. And they did not pick the right number on the roulette wheel this past weekend. So, but hopefully it opens some eyes, and hopefully they understand the things that they need to do now.
Yeah.
To be able to compete. This is, they even, you heard it today in the press conference. Someone asked if this was a measuring stick game, and they're like, well, a lot of times it's against the AFC, but it's in your own division. It really hits close to home.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounded to me like the boys had a little bit more urgency today to get this solved than in years past. They weren't like resigned, tired, and frustrated. They were more like, let's get at this. It was a little more, I don't know. It was a very post 1993 going into 1994 vibe today. It leaves me feeling slightly optimistic.
Ty, what do you think?
First of all, outstanding season. I mean, look where we are in the divisional, in the playoffs. Good record. It wasn't a great season because our goal is always the Lombardi. That's our measuring stick. Other teams are happy with just making the wild card, having a winning record, maybe winning a playoff game. Not us. That's not our bar. We aim higher. But nevertheless, an outstanding season for the team, right? As far as the game goes, I said in week 18 that they picked their worst time to play bad football. Well, I got to adjust that. In this divisional game, they picked their worst time to play some bad football. In week 18, it was just the offense. In this game, we had a little offense, special teams, as well as, a quarter plus of defense. You win on all phases of all three phases of the game. when 2.5 don't show up, it's really 2, to be honest. But it was ugly. I said last week, this game's going to be on the offense. They got to come out, move the ball, score, make this defense sweat. And they started off doing that on their first drive. We crossed over into Seattle territory, got to the 40, 4th and 1. And Kyle calls that weird pitch play.
Oh.
And it seems like it was all downhill from there. It was done. Next drive, we come out. Brock hits Jake Tonjes on a 3rd down play, and it was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch and turn by Jake Tonjes. Just didn't secure the ball, didn't hold on to it enough. Yeah, good play by Seattle. And then it just snowballed, right? We just couldn't get anything going offensively. Kept giving Seattle the ball on a very short field.
Yeah.
And turning to our defense and saying, hey, man, you got to bail us out. You got to bail us out. At some point, that gets real old.
Yep.
At some point, the defense is going to get worn down,
Yeah.
But the offense just really never got going, and they were behind the 8 ball. They put the defense behind the 8 ball. But then Robert Saleh and his tendencies getting beat by the same damn play over and over all year long. I don't know how such a good guy lets that happen, but it was just ugly. It started ugly and then continued to get ugly. And, we just got beat by a good team. We didn't execute. They did. I'm not making excuses about injuries, none of that crap, because we played this way all year. And we played with grit, heart, determination, went out and executed, got the job done. On this Sunday, it did not happen. And that's where we are.
Yep.
Do you think the injuries finally caught up with us, though?
No.
I don't think so.
Nope. Go watch the game again. When you're seeing 2 receivers bump into each other, that has nothing to do with injuries. That's terrible execution. When you see Brock finally gets time to throw and Juwan Jennings is open on a 7 route, a route that we complete all the time, that's a bread and butter play. Brock completes that with his eyes closed, and he overthrows Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with injuries. That's Brock to Jennings. They've been doing this for years, right? Nothing. The run game. We saw the O-line step up last week. Just moving people. On this one, they're not moving anybody. It has nothing to do with injuries. It's flat out execution. And some of it is play calling as well. Like that, I mentioned that 4th and 1 play.
Oh.
Why, Sway? Why? Let's bring up the flea flicker for 1 yard. Why, Sway? Why do that? It has nothing to do with injuries. It's just bad. It was just all around bad that happened.
Yeah. I don't think they were mentally into the game.
I think they were mentally there. It's just,
I don't think so.
like I said, they picked the worst time to be messing up.
Yeah.
And like Kendrick Bourne, not lining up right again. He's looking over.
What's up with that?
Here? Am I here? Am I here? Dude, this is the divisional.
You don't know where you are?
How do you not know where to be yet? It's little things like that. That's just terrible. Brian Robinson Jr. But I could go on for days, but hold on. This is my last one. This is my last one. I swear. Brian Robinson Jr. is a power running back. You need to have Brock under center, have Brian Robinson in the eye. You go back, put the ball in his belly, let him get downhill, let him use that power, pick up 2, 3, 4 yards. Instead, we're lining him up in the pistol next to Brock. Here, you take it. Or we're giving him that stupid pitch play. Why?
Yeah, I don't like
It makes
that.
no sense. And then we bring in Jordan James, who hasn't run the ball all year long, and we give him the power run plays.
Right.
He's picking up 3, 4 yards. Well, why didn't you do that with Brian Robinson? the bigger, more experienced back. It's little things like that. That's like, ugh. It's just ugh. So yes, execution and play calling. What up, Callie?
Jerry
I
Rice
just
said
don't
that
understand the lack of Brian Robinson Jr. use. I can't. Why the hell did they trade a 6th-round pick for him? What was the point? Did they just think Christian McCaffrey was going to get injured and he was going to get some time this year? And
Insurance policy.
That's it. The 6th-round pick for an insurance policy. I feel like they could have done literally anybody else at that point. Or they could have let Jordan James develop behind him. Isaac Orendo's a ghost. He's gone. Like, yet another guy that did not develop. He's completely washed out. Like, you would have thought, Kyle was waxing poetic today about Jordan James. Like, yeah, I wanted to get him in for the last 6 weeks, but he didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance. You mean to tell me you couldn't find a way to work Jordan James in the last 6 weeks?
He's been dressed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isaac Rendo hasn't been. He has been.
Right.
Exactly.
So
what? You've got 2 healthy running backs behind Christian McCaffrey. Why are you running Christian McCaffrey on every play? Wow. It just it makes no sense. It's the same thing over and over again. It blows my mind. Like, I get it. He's right there. He's a no sugar added fudge-sicle from the freezer. Okay, you want some ice cream? It's right there. But if you have 15 of them, it negates the whole thing. Okay.
Right.
And that's what's happening right now. I have no idea what we're going to get out of Christian McCaffrey next year, but it's not going to be a lot, I don't think. Based on, all of NFL history and running backs that have that many touches. Like, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, how many did he have this year?
I don't know, 14,000? Somewhere, give or take. No, it was
a lot.
It was over
400.
Yeah, it was over 400.
400.
Is the Mendoza line of shit for the next year, right? Because he had that many carries in 2023. We saw how 2024 went, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of these guys are notorious for overtraining. Like, take a friggin' break, man. Calm down. Rest up.
Kali wants to know, what did you guys think of Kyle chewing out Renardo Green?
Well, why is he doing it? Why isn't the defensive coordinator doing it? I don't understand that whole thing. Every time I hear that guys aren't fit for this system, well, you drafted them. How are your background interviews going? You've got wide receivers going AWOL. You've got cornerbacks that you just don't, whatever, right? You're signing guys off the street that quit. It's probably time to start looking at how you're picking the guys that come in here. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to that actually knows them? What do you know about them? Like, you got to start being a little more judicious with some of these people, right? Like, because it doesn't take much for one bad apple to just... And it just seemed to me like Green, it was on and off all year. He was hurt. He was this, he was that, but then he would be benched for ineffectiveness. Like, I just think it was one of those deals where he probably did something and camel, straw, back.
Yeah, has anyone did any story come out of what that situation was about? Did anybody hear anything?
Yeah, nothing. And what's weird about it is they asked about every question today in that postseason presser. I don't remember a thing about Renardo Green.
Yeah, no one said a thing. Want to talk about
I
BA?
think
Another guy on the team. Go ahead.
Twice. They had to talk about BA twice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No more to answer.
I think after the game, Kyle was asked about his approach to Renardo Green, and he just said that it's just coaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything on the play before. I don't know. I need to go back and watch it with careful eyes and see what was going on. Who knows? But this is one thing I will say. Renardo Green went back into the game and battled. You didn't hear anything about him after that. He played good football. Did not quit. And we've seen freaking veterans quit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he took it on the chin and went out there and did his job and did it well. That shows me a lot of character and grit from a young player. So Like I'm kind of high on him because of that. Because most guys would have folded.
He's got the talent. He's going to get through. He reminds me of Tim McKyer. Tim McKyer was the same way. Like he had all the talent in the world, but just couldn't. Eric Davis was the same way for a while. They finally got through to Eric Davis, right? I mean, it took having Deion Sanders on the other side of him, but like.
Well, it's already being thrown out there that we're going to trade Renardo Green along with
I
Ricky
saw
Pearsall.
that. We're going to trade Renardo Green and Ricky Pearsall because their trade value is so unbelievably high right now that we're going to be blown away with draft pick compensation.
Ricky Pearsall?
GMs are absolutely like these. I like to call them TikTok GMs now because they quote no ball end quote.
Yeah.
That's
really
stupid. Typical overreaction.
We're trading Ricky Pearsall for what? A conditional 6th rounder to who?
2 good players on their rookie contract for what?
Yeah, for what?
Exactly. Like I do not. There's exactly. Thank you. Good day. I can't. But although we'll trade a 6th rounder for a running back we won't use. So whatever.
Yeah, you know how I would always take that turn down Twitter and I would see like all these like posts. Well, now it's like it happens on YouTube. So I come across these streams
You're not
now.
gonna believe it. You're not
everywhere now.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? Instagram, TikTok, Snap, all of them, the same videos are just all in different places. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
People posting everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff.
Posted. I came across a stream for about an hour and a half of someone yelling.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty much just saying that, not in so many words, that they know better than the organization.
Oh, really?
And it was difficult to watch. It was difficult to listen. I was actually listening to a little bit in work, and then the F-bomb started being thrown around, and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Probably not a good idea to listen to this anymore. But yeah, so I'm coming across a lot of that on YouTube now. So this off season is going to be pretty interesting.
It's already started. Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. The very first time the Rams overpay for somebody, and we're sitting around waiting. Immediate meltdown. What's this team doing? Why doesn't Jed pay anybody?
It hasn't even been a week.
They already started that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
They already started that with the defensive coordinator search. I'm jumping the gun.
God.
Here, but,
yeah.
But they're just talking like that.
Defensive coordinator search. Let's just stop that. Can we talk about that right now, or do we need to do a game ball or something?
No, hold on. I just want to say a couple more things, and then we'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
This team this year had grit, played with heart, played for one another all season. It was a special group. Next man up wasn't a mantra; it was a necessity. It's unfortunate we didn't advance to the NFC Championship game, but we were a little healthier. If we were a little healthier, I think it would have been a different result. I will say this, though. We are in a better position now going into 2026 than we were going into 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And the Super Bowl window is open. And as George Kittle has said, you could just break that window right open.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about windows. You can just break them right open.
How long is the franchise quarterback under contract for? As long as that's the case, you have a Super Bowl window. Doesn't matter. Teams have already proven that. I mean, hell, the Patriots proved that. Like, that was pretty much the only constant from the beginning to the end. Same thing with, name about 100 other franchises, right? Like, as long as Brock Purdy's here, this team's got a chance.
So yesterday was locker room clean out day. We heard from Brock, George Kittle, Michael Williams. He said that he should be back around training camp. Brock said no procedure for his toe, so he'll have a full off season. George tore his Achilles high, so there was no need for them to drill into his heel. And he had good blood flow and better recovery timeline. But he's leaving the timeline as a surprise, so that's not being revealed right now. Bosa's tracking to be back for training camp. Alfred Collins may have shoulder surgery. Your thoughts on this news, guys?
The Kittle injury doesn't surprise me at all based on the way it's really weird. Lynch was almost like kind of giddy in the press conference. He's like, yeah. Dr. Elatrash, who's really good, by the way, if you guys are unaware, and by guys, I mean people out there, I know we are. Like he's one of the top dudes. And he was talking about all these great things that are going to help him heal faster. And John Lynch was just almost gushing about it. And if you go back and just remember a couple of years ago, I mean, Aaron Rodgers was potentially able to come back after an Achilles injury in week 1 if the Jets hadn't completely fallen off the wagon with, of course,
which they usually do.
Which will lead us into more Robert Saleh talk later. He would have come back before the end of the year. And I would venture to say George Kittle probably in better shape than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Right.
And younger.
Different training techniques, different everything. Right. Like genuinely takes care of all of his stuff. Like I don't foresee this being a problem. Like if you look at the Jason Tatum thing from the Celtics, they're looking at him coming back this month, and he hurt his last May. He's a basketball player, right? So that to me is a worst case scenario. And then Aaron Rodgers kind of be the best case scenario, right? So in that case, it's either opening day or physically unable to perform list, and then he's back up for 6 weeks, right? So, hopefully he doesn't rush it back. And more importantly, hopefully they find a tight end that can actually friggin' help him and doesn't create a turnover every time the ball is thrown his way.
Halliburton too tore his Achilles from the Pacers.
Yeah. Pretty normal stuff.
I wonder if they practice next to electrical plants.
Oh, I'm sure the substation is right there. Look, I'm totally down.
Indiana might have one.
If somebody wants to take that thing away and do something else, that's fine. I'm totally open to that. I don't care if it's just bad luck, bad vibes, no pun intended. I don't care. I'm open to anything. But I don't know. I would probably look at the fact that the strength and conditioning program has been run by one guy since 2017. But that's just that would be the first place I'd start. But if we want to do conspiracy theories with electrical substations, that's cool too. Whatever leads this team to stop getting injured every 5 seconds would be great by me at this point. I do not care.
Yeah.
There's one answer that I'm kind of tired of hearing, that it's football. You get injured. And it's like, well, yes, but we're also always a team that's
injured.
Depleted.
So what's happening? Is it
exactly?
Remember Javon Hargrave when he came over here talked about how the practices were way harder here than they were with Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
But you also need those tough practices because a lot of these teams that don't get worked hard, you see how they are later on the year.
Yep.
Dolphins / Miami for any sort of details over the last, 3 to 4 decades. Also, another thing to mention on that, Kelly, Michael Williams is going to be doing rehab with those guys, right?
He already is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing rehab with Nick Bosa and George Kittle and Fred Warner. I mean, that's one-on-one time with them that he can get that he probably wouldn't have gotten as much of otherwise. Not that, we wanted him injured in any way, because frankly, the season probably would have been a hell of a lot different if he'd been getting reps up there. But, everybody develops in their own way. This is one of them. Also, maybe this year we can draft a first-round pick that doesn't have a season-ending injury before the end of their first 5-year contract. Again, I'm just trying to play the law of averages here. 8 of 9. 8 of 9. Why?
Ricky Pearsall didn't hit an injury last year.
Well, he's had one. Yeah, but he's had. I don't know what you even call Ricky. He played 4 games this year, right?
Played more than 4.
Well, he played 4 good. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, like he was himself for 4 games.
Yeah, he was. I mean, sometimes he was active for the games, but different levels of whatever. Like, regardless, it's like you're not getting the production out of a first round receiver that you should be getting, right? Like this. They hit home runs here, there, and everywhere, but at some point you've really got to crush a first rounder. Hopefully, this is the year. Fingers crossed.
Ty, what's your thoughts on the injury news?
The only thing surprising is Alfred Collins. Everything else we knew about. And we knew Jake Chalmers went down. That Seattle turf grabbed him. We all saw it.
That's
the same way it grabbed George Kittle, it grabbed him. So the Seattle turf has it out for our tight ends, apparently. But yeah, everybody will be healthy before the beginning of the year. The good news was George had the clean tear. I read up on that. Guys come back from that in 5 or 6 months. I remember Terrell Suggs, a football player, played for the Ravens. For those don't know, he came back in like 5.5 months.
Yeah,
and was playing defensive end, rushing the quarterback, full strength, full go.
Because it's a clean tear.
Yeah. So same type of deal. So, that gives me good optimism. But George doesn't have to rush. It's the off season. He's got plenty of time to heal up and come back when he's ready, like he says. So it's all good news. Everybody will be healthy going into camp and everything. I fully expect everyone to be smart and attack this the right way. Like Nick Bosa has been through this before twice. So he's well versed in the ACL.
Yeah.
He could bring Michael Williams along, right? You have that security factor. Hell, I think Fred could play right now if he wanted to. So I'm not even worried about Fred. I'm not even thinking about him.
I honestly
everyone else
think
will
he
be
could have
back.
played last week, and they probably protected him from himself. If I'm a betting man,
probably.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just shocked about Collins.
We saw him holding his arm, and I didn't know what it was.
And I didn't know it was his
popped
shoulder.
out. Yeah.
I didn't know it was his shoulder, and to
Yeah.
have surgery on it. Damn. I just hope everybody takes this time to reflect, get healthy, stay healthy, work on their conditioning of their bodies, so that way they come back ready and healthy and in one piece. But yeah, I'm really shocked about Collins. Like I said, I didn't see all of the game, but when I saw him walk off, I was just like, "Ew,
Yeah.
that didn't look good."
You knew it was
You
hurting.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if everybody just has the right mindset and get their bodies in condition and just relax. I think that's what's missing. Everybody needs to just relax and enjoy life for a change. Watch the corn grow or something, Count soybeans. I don't care. Just relax. Get mentally and physically ready. And I think that's what's missing. They need that time. And well, I'd be glad, more than glad, to see Kittle come back. But I don't want him to rush it. Even though it was a clean tear, you don't want that to happen again. Fred, he's ready, but he needs to stay ready. Bosa, I don't know what's up with dude, but he's conditioning from what I hear. Look, if we just come back strong mentally and physically and maintain it and put some sage out on that field, we got it. I just hope everybody stays healthy and takes time to relax and smell the roses for a change. Relax. Listen to your body.
Oh, and Jake Tonjes wound up having plantar fasciitis.
Fasciitis?
So he should be good in 3 weeks. And Nick Martin just cleared concussion protocol today.
Wow.
Today.
Yeah.
Today.
Today. He been cleared. He was roster juggling. They wanted Eric Kendricks up. They couldn't cut anybody or demote anybody. Let's just keep him on concussion protocol. That's roster stashing. We know how the 49ers play those games. Can't fool us.
All right. So Robert Saleh
Mm,
to the Tennessee Titans.
that hurt me to my heart.
Thoughts?
It's weird because I kind of view that as the same situation as the Jets.
Same. Yes.
Yes.
Exact same
too.
situation. I'm like,
Possibly
like a-
low key worse.
It's
like,
Somebody
dude.
I got a text message saying, Robert Saleh, I'll always love you. And I was like, and I laughed and I'm like, it's such a lateral move.
yeah. I was like, haven't you done this before?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know Mike Borgonzi? You got a relationship with him? Like, it says not. Did you learn from your previous mistakes in any way? It was very bizarre. It was just like,
Yeah.
It was just like he wanted out. Like, I need to be a head coach again. Like, he couldn't, like, were you so bothered this year that you just had to jump at the first opportunity? Like, what really got me was it came down to him and Matt Nagy. Who, what, how?
Yeah.
What? Oh, well, they work
Those-
together in Kansas City. Well, that's
Matt
great.
Nagy,
Kansas City's
really?
offense is
Yep.
in
Yeah.
the crapper
Wow.
now because of him.
Wow.
But that's fine. Go ahead and have him develop Cam Ward. I'm sure it'll be nothing. Won't go possibly wrong. Also, here's the deal. Who's his offensive coordinator? If Mike McDaniel was going there as offensive coordinator, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
1-2 punch, right? Well, Mike McDaniel's going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
So who's coming in as your OC? You gonna get Mike LaFleur again? Because that worked
Good
out.
old-
That worked out swimmingly with the Jets.
I know.
Right? Todd Downing already, got thrown out of Tennessee for having an OUI. So, like, who's coming back? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Arthur
I'm
Smith getting let go by the Steelers? You gonna grab him? You gonna bring him back to Tennessee?
Jeez.
Yeah.
You got a
I'm
young
bit-
quarterback, man. Like, can you treat him with a little bit of like gentle kid gloves? You've already fired his coach. Like,
Young
he had to learn
quarterback,
however many
young
systems in
offense.
rookie year. Yeah, like
Like,
this is jackassery 101, right? Like, I wish Robert Saleh the best, but man,
Yeah.
the Titans are a low-key poverty franchise making Bengals-esque decisions. Just not. There is a level of dysfunction there that is really. Just look at Mike Vrabel. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
AJ Brown,
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel,
Exactly.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Those teams are in the AFC title game, close to a Super Bowl with a Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Yep.
Mike Vrabel was the problem there. Maybe you want to give Mike Vrabel a little more say in your franchise. Oh, you don't. You want Ram Carthon to have that. Where's Ram Carthon now? Oh, he's gone.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
alternate every year. There's a new GM, then there's a new coach. There's a new GM, then there's a new coach. Here's what's going to happen this year. Things are going to be great. Then after the season, Mike Morganzi's going to leave, and then somebody else is going to come in, and Robert Saleh will be there, and then it'll all happen again. This is how it works with the Titans.
The cycle
Yeah.
continues.
Yeah, I
So
thought
you
I
might
thought
see Robert
Saleh
Saleh back
would
with the
go to
49ers
Baltimore.
back sooner rather than later, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah. Yeah, I thought Saleh in Baltimore would be a good fit.
Yeah. More of an upgrade, from where he was. I mean, well, he was with us, but I mean, from like the Jets, more of an
Mhm.
upgrade. But to, like you said, laterally go over to Tennessee, like what?
Hearing how they have $93 million in cap room. Well, you trust them to spend that correctly? Bless you. Bless your
Good
heart,
luck.
friend.
I know,
As they say
right?
down, as the old women say down south. Bless your heart. Right?
Bless your
Bless
heart.
your heart.
We all know what
Bless
that
your
means.
little heart.
hmm
Don't think so.
Yeah, that's not. I was very shocked at that. Number one, I thought that he would stay another year. I really
Yeah.
did. I thought he would stay another year with us. That's what I was hoping for. But I'm
See,
like, I don't know. I just, and when I heard it was Tennessee, and I'm like, dude, you could have stayed here. I mean, Tennessee, that's like going back to the Jets. What are you doing? You trying to like, how are you going to groom that? Didn't you learn from the last time?
Clearly not.
I get it though. He felt he was given the raw deal in New York, especially when Aaron Rodgers threw him under the bus.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well,
Made him the scapegoat. I get it. It wasn't him. So he wants another crack at this. I just thought for my druthers, he wouldn't want the same type of situation. Like young team, young offense, got to groom and put that whole thing together. They haven't done anything in years. Like go somewhere a little bit more established.
right.
You can make some moves a la Baltimore, a la
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, right? Try one of those places. That way you could get a real foothold on things and be able to, accomplish some things.
Right.
Yeah. Like Jess said, I just view it as a kind of a lateral move, and you're in that same type of uphill battle that you were in before.
Right.
But I wish him the best of luck, of course. But
Yeah.
I just don't like the situation.
No.
Yeah, apparently he was over the moon, for this. And
Really?
I did read that Brian Dable is a name to watch out for his offensive coordinator.
That'd
Now,
be
if
good.
that happens, that would make sense because Brian Dable can, develop quarterbacks. And see
Yeah.
what about Daniel Jones? Like he got a lot out of Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones gets
Yeah.
hurt every damn year. So,
It's like you said, Matt. It's who's he going to hire as offensive coordinator, and also his like second hand on defense. Like his
Right.
staff is going to be very interesting to watch as he puts it together.
yeah, and Kyle said today in the press conference that Robert's going to probably try to hire some guys, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera.
That's what he did last
we'll see
time.
how that goes, and that's what he did last time. So, and he'll probably
Yeah.
take some players too, right? Like Juwan Jennings, Jason Pinnock are the first two that I can think of right off the top of my head that would probably fit
Oh,
them
yeah.
perfectly
Easily.
with $93 million in cap room and how they're probably going to try to build this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think of John Harbaugh with the Giants?
I thought it was a
Good.
great hire by the
Yeah.
Giants. Get
They
somebody
need it.
established, somebody, with some credentials
Damn
in
right.
there to solidify that thing. I thought it was a very good hire by them.
Yeah, I'm
Rick
happy for him.
Parcelsian.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was too much money for a delegator, and if they bring in Greg Roman, they're done.
Well, I mean,
Oh God. I don't think that'll happen.
look,
That's the
Tell it
last
like it
thing
is,
we need.
Jess.
Yeah.
Greg Roman reminds me of like when the
You're
teams
done.
would bring in Ernie Zampese smoking cigarettes up in the booth back in the late 90s.
Mhm.
It's like, what are we doing? Why is the same guy running through? There is nobody else we can find. Doesn't make any sense. But we'll see how that whole thing goes.
Yeah,
Wow.
Giants fans love me today.
I would love to
work.
see the Giants be, relevant again and fun. It would be nice to have some like a playoff game at the Meadowlands. It would be nice to have next year's game at the Meadowlands actually matter, as opposed
that's
to
right.
having
We play
Giants
on that
fans leave
carpet
early in the
again.
third
We play
quarter
on that
because they're
carpet
sick of their
again.
lives.
Say a little
You know?
prayer.
Yep.
Please let us survive.
Yeah, and could we please not put it on a Thursday night or some other garbage, please? Like, could we and not put it on like Christmas week or something like that? Like,
No.
let's put it like late September, early October. That's what I'm
Yeah.
That would be nice. Nice weather
Yeah.
too.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Although this year the weather was actually pretty nice.
It was a nice,
It was
sunny,
great for
beautiful
November.
day.
First week of November, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take that action.
It was like at the end of the game, and all of a sudden that cold wind just kind of like whipped through the stadium, and you're like, "Ooh, okay, breeze, gotta go."
Mhm.
All right, Jimmy, that's you. We know.
In that game, I actually sat in the shade. Usually I sit in the sun.
Mhm.
I
Every
was in
game I
the
go
sun.
to. Yeah.
But it was so nice. I was in the sun too, and it was so nice. I was comfortable.
It was
Yeah.
nice
I
and
was like, shit,
toasty.
this is nice.
Yeah.
All right. Last topic before we get out of here. Who's going to be our DC?
Ooh.
Kyle already told you today. He all
Well-
told you. Did you hear him?
I did.
We think it's an internal hire. Gus Bradley. They already knew this was going to happen. They were hoping it was going to happen next year. They already planned for this, which is why Gus Bradley was here. They're going to go through the motions because they have to, right? They have to interview a bunch of different people. But my guess would be Gus Bradley comes in, and then I would not be shocked if after the hiring cycle, Raheem Morris gets hired in that sort of Brandon Staley, Anthony Lynn associate assistant head coach role.
Right.
To kind of, spice things up on
see
defense a little bit. I think Gus Bradley would be the coordinator. I think that's kind of a foregone conclusion at this point, but I definitely can see Raheem Morris coming in and doing that. Unless Jim Schwartz can magically make his way here, which if that happened would be similar to when Mike Shanahan became available for this team's offense back in the early 90s, then yeah, I think it's going to be Gus Bradley. And no one can be worse than Nick Sorensen.
Good Lord.
The Nick Sorensen, Brandon Staley tandem, no thank you.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I don't want another one of those. Thanks.
What about Daniel Bullocks or KJ Wright?
KJ Wright could be a guy.
Wright?
I could see it. I can't imagine they're going to move any of those guys ahead of Gus Bradley.
True.
I feel like Gus Bradley would not have taken this job.
He's been there before.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a head coach before too. Like, it's not just like he was, he was just the defensive coordinator for a little bit. Like, he's done a lot of things. So yeah, he could do a hell of a lot worse than Gus Bradley. Especially, like I said, especially if you get Raheem Morris in there to help. Remember, Raheem Morris was the defensive coordinator for that 2021 Rams team.
Sure was.
And that Atlanta defense was not the problem this year either.
No.
So he'd be a welcome addition to do any sort of anything. And, that's the type of job, he's worked with Kyle in about 18 different places. He's going to need a soft spot for him this year. Yeah. Why not here, right?
I think the big three are out there. We all know that. And I think they're going to take a wait-and-see approach, just like they did with Robert Saleh. I think those guys are looking around, seeing if they can get a head coaching interview. I know Jim Schwartz is waiting on Cleveland to make him their head coach. But if they buck him and bring someone else in and be like, hey, Jim, we still want you to run this defense, he may take a back seat to that and be like, you know what, man, why y'all overlooking me? I'm the guy keeping this afloat.
Yeah.
It's my unit keeping this afloat. So he may be ready to jump ship. And if that's the case, hey. Come on over. Hey, Jim, come on, man. We could do some great things together, right? You got to take that approach. So I truly believe they're going to, like, Gus Bradley is like your backup, your fall guy. Yeah, well, you talk good about him, right? Oh yeah, Gus is great. Of course, he's right there. But you're looking at the other three like, all right, what they doing? Is he getting that head coaching job in Cleveland? Nope. Oh, is that guy going to the Raiders? Oh, nope. Hey, let me call him. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah. We love to have you here in San Francisco. Yeah.
If I got a deal for you.
We got great Asian food here, Oh man, you can say all that stuff.
Right, get them there. To an electrical substation, and you will have all the power you could possibly.
Exactly, dude. You'll never run out of power here. Like, in the Silicon Valley, we got the best Wi-Fi ever. Come on down. Like, you get them there. So, we'll see.
Dina, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. I would love to see Jim Schwartz. I think he would really compliment us, but it's going to be what it's going to be. Now, Gus Bradley, yeah, I think that's like a given, but he's in the wings. He's backstage crawling slowly past the curtain for full demonstration. That would be interesting.
Take him with him. Like, don't rule out Robert Saleh saying, "Hey, Gus, come on over and run this defense."
And then then what would we do? Then we really need a Jim Swartz to take over.
Well, there's another name. There's another name too that you might find interesting. I might find interesting depending on how things shake out moving forward. Is Sean McDermott from Buffalo?
Yeah.
He might need a little bit of a retooling, refreshing, and where he got fired kind of late, it might be a little later on in the cycle in terms of things. He may be available. Good defensive coordinator.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they
thinking-
kind of like threw him
Yes.
under the bus and not so many words today at the press
You
conference.
I've seen some shit this week, guys. Like I've
Yeah.
seen some things that, like, you know how like we all connect the dots. Like I've never seen so much transparency. Like Terry Pegula just basically admitted like he's been wanting to fire this guy for 2 years. And then like there's something that comes out today that like him and Brandon Bean asked him what he thought about whatever in November. He's like, yeah, well, I need some help with the roster. And they didn't help him with the roster. In fact, they got offended by it. Instead, the general manager, who has clearly not given him enough talent, which we have seen on multiple occasions to get to where they need to be,
Mhm.
is getting a promotion and is in charge of the head coaching search.
Make it make sense.
I am sorry, Bills Mafia. You deserve better.
Yep.
That's all I can tell you. Like, you deserve better. Josh Allen deserves better.
Yeah.
That is a fan base that deserves better.
Oh yeah. That
Period.
is a loyal and passionate fan base, man.
Yes,
Ooh.
they are.
And you know what?
Ooh.
That was my my inner prediction, if you will. 49ers and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
say. I keep wanting that matchup.
The Chris Berman Bowl. Yeah.
Well, Leonard Marshall couldn't leave well enough alone.
I know. You have to mess it all up.
Son of a bitch.
All right. 2-minute warning. Ty, you're up.
Like I said earlier, just a great season. Well, not a great season. It was an outstanding season. It was a wonderful season. It was a fun ride, right? Those damn Niners showed their grit, their mettle, showed what they're made of. You know, despite all the naysayers and people looking at them and saying what they can't do, they showed what they can do. And that's the genetic makeup of this team. And it's only going to get better moving forward. So, hey, everybody stay faithful. And as always, go Niners.
The season may be over, but now we move on to the off season. Don't believe everything that people say, because this is going to be the perfect time for that. It was an outstanding season. Ty's right. It was a fun season. It sucks the way it ended, but it wasn't meant to be this year. Like I said earlier, we are in a better spot going into 2026. And I definitely look forward to next season. We got the combine, we got free agency, we got the draft, OTAs, training camp. It'll all be here before you know it.
Yep.
Shout out to the chat. You guys are great as always. And go Niners. Dina, you're up.
Yeah, I enjoyed this season. It kept me with a lot of emotions that I didn't know I had. Stopped me from wearing an orange jumpsuit because of people saying things to me. But we have class, and that's the main thing. We look, we may lose, but we do it with dignity. And I haven't been a fan this long for nothing. So this has been a great ride. We did things that no one thought we could do. We struggled, but we overcame a lot of struggles, and it means a lot to do that. And people saw that and hopefully looked at us in a different light, because we are not just rebuilding, but renewing ourselves. And this is a great time to, like I said, relax and smell the daisies, scratch your butt, be able to just, be physically and mentally ready. And Jess, I agree with you. We are in a better place. And as always, red and gold till I'm dead and cold. I'm riding. So let's go.
Yeah, Maddie.
You know, in 1987, after the 1986 season, which ended on January 4th, 1987, something, you know, we talked about earlier, the Jim Burt game, as we all remember. And this game very much reminded me of that. You know, it didn't have Brock Purdy getting knocked out, but
Thank goodness.
had just about everybody else getting knocked out or knocked around. The next year, they drafted in the first round a tackle by the name of Harris Barton. It lasted about 10 years. Okay. That was about the only good pick they had out of the draft. It was a damn good pick. So what I'm saying is, let's get some really stud help on that offensive line. Okay. Let's actually pay attention to the measuring stick that was left after, you know, matchups with the Seahawks and Rams this year, which is our trenches have to get better. Even with everybody that's coming back, they have to get tougher. They have to get neater. They have to get faster, right? So they got to get to work. The right people need to make the right picks. Can't be reaching on picks. You got to get the right guys, and you got to find the right guys. So, you know, this is a very pivotal time for this franchise. They have a shot, but this next draft is really going to be where it's at. And what they do this offseason with this found money is also super important. So we'll see if it works out. But in the past, you know, they've been able to take this momentum and move forward, right? So there's nothing saying that they can't be the number one seed in the NFC next year. And I'm just going to hang my hat on that and hope it's true. And hopefully they don't run into Anthony Carter in the division round.
All right, that does it for us.
Yeah.
We will see you next week. Go Niners.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.